Better?
Hey, I want to thank you guys for not throwing shit at us. I appreciate it. Deeply.
All right. That's some old school stuff right there. So, welcome back to the podcast. I think we're all here, right? Except for Ryan, who's muted now that we started.
What?
Hi. Hey, there he goes. Nice.
Fun fact, I can mute and not mute at will. Watch this. Oh, oh, oh.
All right, so yeah, welcome back. We had 17 people drop out of being guest hosts. It's a tough thing, man. You know, not everyone can be a guest on this show.
Well, I'm thinking it really goes to show that we are definitely, absolutely not even, a grade D tier podcast. People have better things to do, like washing their socks or something. What the heck?
Well, there are many socks to be
What is
washed.
it? It's like when people don't want to get in on the ground floor. I mean, you just feel bad for them.
I know. They're like, hey, can I take the second floor or the third floor? It's like, dude.
I don't feel bad. I really feel bad for anybody homeless. I'm broke.
What, Emma, who's it now?
I don't feel bad for anybody that's not homeless and broke. And
Your audio, man. Your audio. It's messed up. So we got K51 here with us today, and we have a dolphin. And we're going to get right into it.
where's the audio on the phone?
Well, I mean, it sounds like K51 is talking to the dolphin underwater. That's the sound quality we got.
Oh, that's awful. Anyway, no, that's it. No, it's actually my sound effects. I have a bigger screen now. I have like 9 things, so.
Still muffled?
I get more of a kick out of this than anybody else will, so I don't know what to tell you. Oh, come on! There he is. He's back.
Is that any better?
All right, I'm going to start recording here now. You are a huge nerd.
A little bit.
I've already started recording. So let's get into it. We're talking about GameStop, baby.
GameStop. Remember that whole January issue that happened?
Oh, man, how can we forget?
I know. It was kind of a blip on the radar for...
What happened with GameStop? What was that all about? I heard different things on TikTok.
On TikTok, still having trouble hearing you, K51.
Actually, that was better. That came through.
I mean, it was a little bit better.
42simo, huh? So I had a whole thing about what GameStop was in January, but I'm going to actually turn it over to Raiwa here.
Actually, no, I would like to hear what you would have to say. That would help, actually.
All
Go
right,
for it.
Then I'm going to go ahead and shoot it over there to Dolphin. Yeah, that's what I thought. And that's what I think it really comes down to. But what do you think, Raiwa?
All right, fine. So the dealio with GameStop is that the media was calling it a meme stock. And we got a lot of other meme stuff going on, like Dogecoin and whatever. Who cares? But it was a meme stock, and it rose a little bit, and then went back down to 40, and now it's sitting at about 178. So I don't think that whatever was supposed to happen in January actually happened. And I've been doing a little bit of reading, and so here's actually the situation. About a year and a half or 2 or whatever ago, a hedge fund, and we'll call them to protect the guilty. We'll call them Citadel, Citadel. They decided that they would short the stock. Now, what you do when you short a stock is you borrow a stock. You say you find someone who. Hello.
I'm here.
I'm on a podcast.
Okay. So you find someone who wants to lend you their share, and you say, all right, thank you very much for the share. I'm going to sell it. And they sell it, and then they don't give you back the share until the price has decreased. Now, shorting is actually a very valid stock strategy, apparently. I don't know. I'm still learning this stuff.
Bullshit.
Yeah. The bullshit happens is that Citadel did it over and over and over again. They found a company that everyone hated.
I heard that Robinhood
was. Hold on, I'll get to Robinhood. No, Robinhood didn't start it. Citadel was the one shorting GameStop, or at least they were the ones who were like, yeah, let's take them out of business. Because back in the day, GameStop was hated. No one liked them. They weren't making any money, and they were going the route of Toys R Us. So Citadel was like, we'll short it.
the pandemic.
And all of those IOUs they were accumulating, they never intended to pay back. Because if you short a company into bankruptcy, you don't have to give any of that money back. So there's the problem. Someone on Reddit, and for to protect the awesome, we'll call him username DFV, or deep fucking value. He found out that they actually overshorted the stock. So a company has a finite number of shares that they can offer for sale, and then it gets onto the market. But if you short sell or naked short sell, you can actually over increase the number of shares that are available to a company to buy by a lot. And DFV figured this out. So the amount of shorts that were available on the market that required an IOU was more than the number of shares that actually existed. And it was like, well, these people are going to have to buy it back at some point. So why don't you just buy all the stock up, and then we just hold it and wait until they get margin called. And that's what kind of happened in January. But it didn't happen completely because Citadel decided to keep on shorting it. So now their shorted position is much larger, and short squeeze is coming. So yeah, I'm kind of drunk, but point is, the amount of IOUs that a particular hedge fund company has is way over the amount of shares that actually exist.
All right, so we're going to take a little quick commercial break, and then we're just dedicating this whole podcast to Raiwa's thoughts on GameStop stock.
So, I mean, the point is, you should buy one. I mean, it's for right now. It's sitting at $1.75, give or take. I mean, if you buy one, it's a lottery ticket, because at some point, Citadel is going to have to buy it back.
Well, one could argue that the maneuver has already been made. There are some people, like if you had some kind of prior knowledge, or were watching the Twitter feeds and stuff, and you saw what was going on, Wall Street bets back before it was bot ran. If you were watching all that stuff, you could have conceivably bought $5,000 worth of GameStop stock on one day, and then on the next day made like a couple $100,000 and sold them again because of, like you said, the hedge funds or whatever.
The shares get reused. I mean, right now there's something going on. FTD's failure to delivers, and they keep getting kicked down the road. So Citadel is there's a whole bunch of crap. There's a whole bunch of crap going on where they're just rebuying stuff and hoping that eventually it goes back down.
Hold on. Yeah, I got you
Can you
there.
all hear me?
I heard you now.
You know what the difference is between the casino and the stock market?
What's that?
They kick you out of the casino when you cheat.
Man, your audio.
They kick you out of the casino for life when you cheat.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kenny G might be facing something similar. There's been some new SEC rules that don't look good for him. But yeah, generally speaking, naked short selling isn't something that is identified, because in order to identify overinflated shareholders, it requires votes, and people don't vote in stockholder meetings at all. And that's why one of the pushes on Reddit is to get people to buy a share and vote. It's that simple. So if you buy and vote, then it gets counted. And if the number of votes equal more than the number of shares in the float that are publicly available, then you know that it's overshorted.
I think I see.
And we're still actually waiting for that. It'll probably be about 3 or 4 weeks before we get an actual shareholder vote count, which is good news. It means you got time.
That's one thing I remember from the Renaissance Fair, was that shareholder stuff was pretty legitimate.
And it's important. And hold on. I think Lisa was going to chime in on this part about how important.
Let me let her into the waiting room. I actually have her this time, and she's coming in now.
Nice.
Please welcome Lisa Stell.
Okay, Lisa. So, shareholder importance. Them having a say.
Hold on.
Does that?
For some reason, the Dolphins came through on that one. I don't. Something a matter with her feed. I think she might be something wrong with her login in. But we're gonna get back to her. Let's just keep this going. Let's change the subject, actually, because nobody really gives a crap.
I want to talk about tetracyanoketodimethane.
Tetracyanoketodimethane?
Tetracyanoketodimethane.
Okay, yeah. You know what? That's funny, because I was just about to bring that up, but since you did it, why don't you take the lead?
Well, it's plastic magnets that operate at room temperature, and they alter their polarity based on green and blue light. So how come we are not off the planet?
It's a good point. There's a good planets have a good stick time, and there's
a lot of stuff that can be done with that. I mean,
we're kind of in the stick time right now, so we're there. We'll get out there. Maybe, probably not, because remember the Fermi paradox. We're never getting that far.
Why are we still destroying it? Because apparently it's a done deal, from what I understand, from a lot of research and from people that are way smarter than me, because they actually went and got an education. It's kind of a done deal, environmentally speaking. It's over with.
Now, I'm going to ask you guys this. Who would go to Mars? If they came to you and they're like, yeah, we're doing this colony on Mars, it's like a 6-month trip. You're gonna take your family out there and have a big area all set up, and we're gonna live on Mars and be the first colonists. Would you guys go?
Nope. Yeah, for $5 million insurance.
10 million in insurance.
Well, just to insure my family, I'll go. I'll eat a rock if you give me $5 million.
What do you think, Ryan?
My kids, are gonna be okay.
Well, they'll have a swing set.
Yeah, no.
There might be a slide or two.
I'd go to the moon.
What do you think, Rywell? Would you go?
No, and I wouldn't. And this is for the real reason is, I like Earth.
Wow. That's so 21st century. But eventually,
Well, I mean,
you're
well,
living like
check it out. I mean, and a lot of people don't actually have a lot of background on who I am and what I've been through, and you know, for that to that point, no one really knows what anyone's been through.
don't you
And
don't you have like a QR code or something you can throw up and everybody can learn?
my point is
Be quicker.
I think it took about 30 years for me to recognize how cool just being is, and I'd like to continue doing that. So, I mean, as exciting and adventurous as Mars would be, I don't want that to be my last thought.
I don't know. I would do it. I'm just gonna throw. I mean, that'd be exciting. That'd be fun. It'd be like, you know, I mean, we're not gonna be here. The Earth is finite. I mean, it's great for us now. Yeah, we can enjoy it. It's peaceful. You know, you can walk through the wheat and touch the tops of the wheat, but it's not going to be here forever. That's the ultimate thing, right? I mean, eventually, well, we can all agree that the sun will explode. Maybe in a million years, maybe in tomorrow, but it will explode and it'll take us out. And if we're not past that radius, then we'll just die as a whole species. And whatever generations that we have in the world then will just, you know, be incinerated unless we figure out a way to get beyond the blast zone.
From what I understand, the person that has already been born is going to die of climate change already. Due to the effects of climate change. The person's already been born. So, I don't know.
Well, you know what? I think that we need another guest.
Well, I think that there's lots of ways to solve the problems. It's just that there's not enough. I don't know if the word is impetus. There's not enough to push to solve the problems because the people who can solve the problems
Spit it out.
Oh.
They won't solve the problems. But it's not profitable.
What are you talking about?
Actually, I was trying to let Lisa Stell in, but looks like Apryl got in here again.
I haven't downloaded Zoom yet. I think she's behind the times maybe a little.
Oh, probably.
No, but what we're saying is that eventually Earth won't be here anymore. So if we don't get beyond
Hopefully.
Earth, if we don't colonize Mars and other solar systems and get out of here, we're just going to perish with it.
Well, I
was working on terraforming Mars specifically when I was in college, but I decided to go a different route.
Would you go? Would you go though? Would you go to Mars? But right now, if they were like, "Hey, we want you to go to Mars and be one of the first colonists there," there's like a snack bar. There's
snack bar.
Yeah. There's like soda machines. It's all good.
Well, can I visit before I make the commitment, or is it like you figure it out as you go?
Wait, you don't even want to know what
it's probably a figure it out as you go type of situation.
Well, what if there's not hotties? I mean, if Nathaniel goes, I'm definitely not going.
Oh.
Nathaniel, I love you.
Because she's got some wisdom. Because I mean, I don't get along with many people.
I think that if they did the colony on Mars, they'd have to send like kind of two groups of people that didn't like each other. Right. And that could get it all started.
Yeah, no, that's not how you colonize something. You need people who like each other first.
Well, no, one group
and then you start wars and all that.
Yeah. I mean, you got to have people like each other so they can build a civilization. Build their civilization, and then they can decide that they can go to war with Earth. I mean, that is human nature.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta build the intergalactic war or intersolar system war.
I might want to avoid that.
Yeah, well, me too. Me too.
Speculation on futures, you guys. Do you want to hear it?
Sure.
Speculation on futures and are pretty much they sell debt, right?
They sell what?
They buy and sell debt. Somehow it's like a debt instruments, which we all are. But that's beside the point.
Sounds you're futuristic. Your voice is really robotic.
Yeah, no, you're breaking up a lot. K51.
I actually ordered death from Wish, and I just stubbed my toe.
Yeah, that
What?
is exactly what Wish is about. No, Wish
Yeah.
is like it's an Amazon like marketplace,
Which is
and
great.
all they sell is pretty much hack products. So that
Thanks for
actually makes sense.
explaining what Wish is to us and all the viewers. Excellent.
I am here for all of you.
So you're an anti-Wish kind of guy.
No. See how you can spin things
Ah.
inside of a second?
No, you
That
said
was
it's
awesome.
all they sell hack. So I mean,
Well, I mean, it is.
that's
It's
a
all.
personal opinion.
It's mostly. Well, fine. All right.
I feel like I'm back in the ship.
Oh.
Nathaniel's here.
We are back. In
Ship the hell. God.
morning meeting's coming up in like an hour and 20 minutes.
Get the tomatoes.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
Nobody knows. Or what, tennis balls. That was nice too. Flapam.
Oh man. No, the water balloon fights from the ship were pretty cool.
No, I'm talking about waking Freeway up in the morning from the yard.
Oh no, the best way to wake
Whacking the
Freeway in the morning is to
Well,
get
no, that was
Jade.
good too. At the race.
I remember we had that one thing, like we had the red tennis balls, and like if you were like going about your day and you got hit by a red tennis ball, that would mean a certain thing, like to go somewhere, or a green tennis ball would mean somewhere else.
I wasn't part of the red tennis ball pelting club.
No wonder.
Yeah, I would be pissed. Someone whacks me with a tennis ball.
No, like the red tennis ball would mean like meet at front gate in that one back area, and that way you just throw the tennis ball up in food court and everybody would know.
Hey, are we
I
going to have a
don't
fair?
think I told anybody about this actually.
That was just your club?
I think I just like throwing tennis
No
balls. at
one's
people.
in it?
I think I told Zach. I told Zach. I think Zach was privy to this.
So there's
You
going to be
and
a
Zach.
fair
Hey, has
this year,
Zach been a guest yet? That would be fun.
We're looking to get him. We almost had Quinn. We were so close.
Well, we're gonna do one at the beach house.
Yeah, we're gonna do everybody listening, we're gonna do a big one with everyone live on one place. And I have like way more sound effects on that program than the couple I have now.
Oh, let me
Oh,
see
is
if
it?
you can my sound effects.
Yeah,
Oh.
my sound effects are very limited right now.
If you can hear them through my phone. Oh,
That's about all I got is the dolphin.
let's see.
I had other ones though, but I don't know what the heck happened to them. You know, when Raiwa was in charge of
Can
sound
you hear
effects.
these at all?
No.
Yeah.
It's the opposite.
Raiwa! Oh, come on!
Those aren't coming from me.
You got
Oh
some
yeah,
over there?
no, I know. We don't hear anything you're playing. If you are playing anything, is my
I'm
point.
not.
Wait, I gotta check these
I'm
texts.
not. I'm that disturbed that I pretend.
Sounds like the Lollipop Twins.
It is. I'm watching Wizard of Oz on my other screen.
Uh,
Love those lollipop kids.
So what's going on with you, Nathaniel? I haven't heard from you in like years.
Oh, not much. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
He's been
Okay,
working
finally
on
you can
it.
hear me. Okay, I've been working on getting so you can actually hear me and not see me.
He's actually been working on his audio
Another-
since that last year.
Oh, he's
2007.
since you got on. Awesome.
So it's a problem.
You sound great now. What?
All right.
That's
Well,
I've been waiting for the Renaissance fair.
let's move on to other topical issues.
like
Raiwa,
creams,
didn't you have
Like a
something?
general steroid.
grass creams.
Raiwa was going to talk about GameStop.
I already did.
I don't want to talk about that.
I already talked about that. It was kind of yeah, no, it crashed.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because you
No,
speak
not
really-
not the stock, the actual topic.
you
Yeah,
speak
well, both of
really
them.
slow, Ryan.
What's that?
Oh.
let's
You
move on
speak
to.
very slowly, Ryan.
I don't even know how to do that.
Speaking slowly?
Yeah.
You just did it.
What?
Wow. Wow.
Move on to
All right.
other
All right,
topics.
Will, what's the next topic?
Let's talk about we'll talk about Israel and Palestine, just to
No,
to get
no,
off of
skip.
Oh,
Next.
this deep stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you want me to be pissed off and just start
No.
yelling profanities,
No.
yeah, I don't want to do that because
not do
that's all
that.
that's going to happen.
We're gonna skip the Israel
talk about
Palestine.
DMT.
Yeah,
There's big stuff going on right now. People are dying.
yeah,
We're skipping that.
and it should be obvious bullshit.
Well, then,
Like I'm gonna start that conversation off with the profanity. Fucking bullshit.
Wow.
There you go.
That bullshit
There you
twice.
That's quite
Yeah,
a stance
so-
you have on that.
So
Seems
let's move
like-
on.
Seems like Rywad doesn't want to talk about that.
Well,
Yeah,
hold on,
it's pretty clear.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Hey, are you gonna get Janine on the show? I mean, what's going on with that? She's got to be up.
Hey, she listens. She listens to the show, so it's just
She-
a matter of time.
She never asked.
You didn't ask. I didn't ask to be on it. You asked me. You gotta invite.
No, I don't. All right, fine. Yes, all right, fine.
You think your fan base is that big? People just come swarming over.
Hey, you don't want to upset
Hey,
the
I have
fan
future
base.
expectations, of course.
How many people watch these or hear them?
Us four,
Maybe-
11.
us four, and
11.
Janine, I think,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
and I think maybe Quinn because he has to be on it, so he must have
Okay.
heard one.
Well,
There's
no,
my-
he asked to be on it, and then he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm kind of busy. Can we do it tomorrow?" And
Nah.
then, seriously?
Really?
My dad watched one. He said, so
Oh my goodness!
he said he didn't really get it.
Did he ever?
No, he said he said he watched one. He just didn't really get it. So,
Oh.
I,
Well,
I
it's
don't
just us talking. I mean, you know.
well, it's being stored for posterity or whatever. This is something that'll be available beyond us. After we're all dead, 100 years from now, somebody could still accidentally pull up this freaking podcast and be like, "What the hell are they even talking about?" and by then they'll have some kind of shit that can solve Nathaniel's audio problems, and they'll know exactly what he was
You
saying.
shut it on your phone? What?
It's like freezing your head after you die. Like
I can do sign language.
Eventually, somebody, in the future, they'll be able to thaw it out and put you on another body and be like, "Yo, what's up?" And you'll be like, "Hey."
Remember what I was
don't know.
saying back in?
So I assume that they'll also be able to fix audio.
Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, what am I? I mean, I would be like Nostradamus. I don't write down things. Anyway, in a way, this is writing down things, writing down the thoughts of the
Definitely,
people.
just like writing things down.
Yeah, it's exactly like writing a very awesome autobiography. Yeah?
That's the definition of it. Very awesome.
I don't know. What's awesome? I mean, what constitutes an awesome podcast?
Well, I think that's a personal, distinction. Everybody's got their own opinion.
True. But like,
Mine is the only one that matters.
I mean, what's epic? Something that like somebody knows because the person was on TV and then they had a podcast and they're like, "Man, this is epic." Or I mean, is it like when they really delve into the political issues? Like us with the Israel-Palestine thing, and then they're like, "Wow, these people, they figured it out," or is it, just I don't know. I'm actually asking Raiwa.
Wait, what's the question again?
Wow. Are you on the podcast, Noah, or?
I don't know. I'm kind of here, not there. No.
Here's where I want to talk about GameStop.
Hey.
I mean,
So no. So what's the actual question? You actually said a lot of things and didn't actually center on one actual question.
Oh,
so,
what makes something epic or awesome?
what what constitutes an epic? What constitutes an epic podcast or an awesome podcast?
You said
Well, I mean-
autobiography. Money.
I
No.
actually think that it's a little bit complicated. So you have, yeah.
God,
Are you ready?
no.
All right. So
How
in
long
epic
about to
pod,
stay on this?
I hope you. Well, I hope you're not going to work tomorrow.
All right, if
Um,
we
I am. I got work already.
Then I'll keep it short. An epic podcast is actually. It depends on who's listening. But you could actually factor in specific general qualities, and that is how relevant is it to the listener's experience. Are we talking about personal day-to-day? Are we talking about general overview world perspective? Or are we talking about, just friends talking to each other?
Well, that's what this is.
Well,
Except one of us here is not a friend with another person here.
Why would friends just have a podcast?
yeah, Nathaniel, scrunch you.
Why would friends just have a podcast where they talk to each other?
I don't know.
What
I
possible?
don't
Well,
know.
I mean, wouldn't it be defined by like how many listeners you have? Like we have what, 5? Woohoo!
But you have to understand.
That's epic. That is epic.
This is being stored digitally. So you're talking about right now. Yeah, okay. There's 5 viewers.
No, like
But in
listeners.
7,000
want to figure it
years,
out.
in 7,000 years, 50 or 60 people might actually hear this.
Exactly. That's epic.
And that's
Wow. I'm not sure I can handle the optimism here. This is a little too much.
Well, you
My
gotta
biggest,
think of the future. I mean, not what it's all
Yeah.
about.
No, I'd rather think about the past. If we continue the podcast every couple weeks and we somehow try and broadcast it into the past, we'd probably have 0 listeners.
But in a way, aren't we broadcasting it into the past?
well,
No, we're broadcasting the past into the future.
Well, memory. I
Exactly.
don't think memories actually count as past.
No, I mean we're recording
right
it now, but nobody's going to hear
I
it.
think by
until the future.
definition, memories are from the past.
Right, well, we should
Right,
get together
Just a
last
giggle from Nathaniel here and there.
We should get together last week and have a beer.
Hey, yeah, that sounds wonderful. I'll see
Who's
you a
down?
couple years ago. I'll
Who's
see you
down?
a couple years ago. Yeah.
They can have you never know. Like 100 years, they could have a drinking game associated with this podcast. That every
Yeah, like
time,
how many times?
every time I do a bad sound effect,
I'm
you
sure.
drink.
Every time you can hear Nathaniel clearly.
Yeah, so hey, it's called a drinking game. I don't think people
I
want to
know.
take just one shot an hour.
Oh, I know.
Oh.
Oh.
My God.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, it's okay. We love you, Nathaniel. It's probably the Wi-Fi.
But like I
Or
said,
the
in
DMT.
the future, they'll be able to figure that out. And all of a sudden, you'll look like the idiot, right? Well,
YOLO.
Yeah,
the
probably
tables,
not.
the tables will turn.
I can't figure it out.
Tables never turn.
I can't figure it out, Mark.
I can't figure out my audio. I don't know what the problem is.
Random. Just random.
I mean, if I would suggest disconnecting and reconnecting.
Well,
Maybe.
that
Oh,
is
yeah.
something.
I mean, turn it off and then turn it back on again.
Yeah, like leave the meeting and then come back.
The last time you were on, your audio was fine. So I don't know if you're doing
The
something.
last time you were on,
Oh,
Nathaniel, everything was epic and great, and I could hear you, and you were talking so clearly. I could ponder.
I mean,
the
it's just like the
different
same
words you
thing
were
of
talking
someone
about.
standing outside our little hooch circle, and listening to our conversations.
We got
That's
a fan-
basically this.
That's another fan base. A very
I think
limited,
it's the fan.
very limited fan base. But
No,
it's when you're
probably
coming with an
the-
iPhone 4, I don't know. I don't
Hey,
know.
man, it's not a 4. It's just what it shows. I don't know why.
Why don't you change it to like iPhone 36 and confuse all the future people?
Because I have more.
You're like, wait a
important
minute,
things
how
to
does
do
she
than
have a
change it.
36?
Huh? It's broadcasting into the future from the past, or rather, the past from the future.
Wow. Mind blown.
I know. Insanity.
Anyway,
So,
you think
did
Nathaniel coming
Nathaniel
back?
leave and come back, or what's going on with that?
That's what I was wondering. Oh, Ryan was away for 2 days. It's just me and you.
Oh, yeah, Mofo, watch
You're
out.
alone, baby.
Oh, God.